I'm just going to run through some of our, over the past 20 years, 25 years, things that we've been working on. Um, the whole idea of retrofit and recycling buildings. This was um, a historic building it's a 100-year-old building in central district of Bangalore, which was once part of the cantonment in Bangalore, and a very handsome Tudor-style building. And in 1912, it was a tea room for the British elite. And then over the years, it became a bookstore selling, Christian literature and books and Kannada Bibles. And then, in 1996, we converted it into a bar and restaurant. And then, it was a music store, an HMV music store, one half of the building, and we converted it into a coffee shop for barista. And so we've intervened in this building maybe about 5 times over the past 25 years. And this was the latest avatar in 2008. And then we did another renovation in 2018. This is the Hard Rock Cafe, and it still stands there today. But why I show this building is that it has good bones. And they have, a thick stone chapdi. What Samira was talking about, this is the chapdi stone that we have in Bangalore. So it's, built out of the local material. There's, clay, tiles on the roof. And because it's not standing there because of a Heritage Act. It's standing there because it lends itself to kind of reuse. And I think it kind of inspires us to think about what are the kind of buildings we should build for flexibility, and do buildings need to have maybe a certain charm also to kind of continue to kind of keep getting recycled again and again. A project that we're working in Coorg right now, and this was a beautiful site near Madikeri, and unfortunately, this 12.5-acre site was the hill was flattened out by the previous owners of this property, and they had built, stuff like that. They had built like a curtain wall, glazed, completely inappropriate structures, and with Aluco bond inside, akin to office buildings that are built, completely inappropriate for the environment. And our first reaction was, walk away from the project. But then we took it on as a challenge because there's so many such buildings. And this was intended as it was a very large restaurant space. And I said, this is not even usable. It's overbuilt, this area. But we took off the curtain walling, and we've proposed a kind of a timber screen and a forest kind of inside. We've proposed Gabion wall inserts, bringing in light, we are proposing bringing in almost like a mini forest inside Gabion walls. I think Samira touched upon that in one of her projects, out of concrete waste, because there's so much concrete on the site. And, we want to use it for flooring, we want to use it for pathways, we want to use it for certain walls. And so that's what we're going to do, is we're going to actually kind of completely transform that thought and bring in and flow the air so that there's no air conditioning in a space like this, increase the overhangs, and then have no glass so that all the walls are mesh, so that you just kind of have continuous airflow and some of the visualizations of the interior space. This is an exhibition we designed and curated in 2019 for India Design ID, which chose conscious products, in a world that is, where we are over-consuming and a depleting planet. What are the objects that are really relevant and which have a compelling story to tell? So we curated 30 objects. And all the walls of this, coming back to what Tejas said, all the walls of this, we wanted this product to be a demonstrator. These are made out of cast stone tiles, waste from stone quarries. This was a company called Artemis, and we said, okay, we'll use it. We'll try it as a demonstrator, because there were going to be about 40,000 visitors per day in this exhibition. So into 120,000 visitors. And we said, okay, let's try and it was a lovely terracotta color. And we said, let's use this as a building material which could be dismantled after the exhibition. In a house in Maharashtra, we actually looked at the local basalt stone, and this was just found 5 feet below the ground, so why use anything else? And so we kind of used the local basalt, which was found on site, to build the house. And then, of course, this is some of our other preoccupations. A house in Ahmedabad where we've, we're looking at passive strategies, because there's no point letting in heat into a building and then trying and using vast amounts of energy to cool it down. So, here we actually had a lot of pergolas and devices to kind of shelter and cool the building from that 45, 47-degree dry heat of the summers, and use buildings, material surfaces, minimize use of glass. And then lastly, I'll just show you a hotel that we designed. And the whole idea was to think local and to actually kind of use craft, actually design practices from around the country, which we thought were doing responsible design. So we felt that this could be a kind of a facilitator to use these products. This hotel could be a vessel for all these products, and then you walk into the lobby and you have a directory where you can actually source all these products. So a visitor to the hotel could actually see where all those, from paper mache from Kashmir to bone inlay from Jodhpur, crafts from all over the country. And then every piece of, rather than go with the generic hotel design of importing things from China, etc., we had a local workshop doing a lot of the rooms and the furniture, which was just within a few square kilometers from the site. So that we just felt that this was one kind of way of being kind of responsible and sustainable. And that's it. Thank you.